Come home and wash your worries away. Did you know that Elon Musk asks a very interesting question to the people that he interviews for job position? He asks them this question. You travel 1 mile south, then 1 mile east, and then 1 mile north, and you're back where you started. Where are you? It's kind of a riddle. But if you think about it, you'll figure out that the answer is the North Pole. Because you can imagine starting at the top, traveling any side in the direction of south, and then a mile east, and then a mile north, you're going back to the top of the sphere. Wherever you are on the globe, if you travel due north, you will always eventually find your way back to the North Pole. The reason I'm mentioning this is because, in a sense, you can think of it as a symbol for finding God. No matter what is going on in your life, no matter how difficult your life may be, no matter how far you may have traveled in various directions, at any point, if you start to travel due north, you will eventually find your way back to the North Pole, or you can say back to God. This is also a symbol for home, for our homeland. Because we all come from God, and we long to feel God and be in relationship with God and come back home to God. This is the meaning of our homeland. This is the meaning of our original homeland. Everybody comes from home and longs to go back home. When you think about it, home is the place where we can relax. Home is the place where we can let our hair down. Home is the place where we can rest and be safe and be embraced. And it's also a place where we can work out certain things. But it should also be the place of forgiveness and warmth and embrace. Our original homeland is the place of unbridled joy and beauty and creativity and love and freedom within the realm of God's love, within the realm of our Heavenly Parents' love. That is our home, and that is the home that we are longing to return to. Now, when you think again of the globe, this physical sphere that we live on with this magnetic field, it's only natural that we should be able to understand how to make our way around this globe. And the truth is, animals have this capacity. They've already found that many animals have built-in features that help them to navigate around the world. They found that birds, for example, have these special photosensing cells in their eyes that help them see magnetic fields and navigate around the globe for migration. Sea turtles also, for example, have a built-in sensor for the Earth's magnetic field that allows them to migrate with such precision that they can find their way back to specific beaches. And another famous example is the salmon. The salmon is born way upstream in the river. And then as it grows, it finds its way down the stream into the ocean where it lives. And then as adults, they travel back from the ocean up into the stream, the same stream they can find going all the way back against the current, up to the top, back to the place where they mate, spawn eggs, and make babies. They find their way back home and give birth to new babies there. That's the cycle of the salmon's life. Even these fish can find their way back home. But what about human beings? Yes, as human beings, we have discovered tools that help us navigate the planet. We have built the compass that knows north, east, south, and west. We've also discovered the meaning of the North Star and how to use the stars to navigate our way around the seas. But human beings are not just physical beings, finding our way left and right through the forest at night. We are spiritual beings. Spiritual beings that have a spiritual home and a spiritual destiny and a deep desire to know where we come from and where are we going back to. So what of our spiritual compass? What of our ability to navigate our world, our inner world, and to know when we're going in the right direction or the wrong direction? How do we find out how to get back home? The reality is that humanity has been lost for thousands of years. But over the course of history, there have been great teachers. Great leaders that have discovered certain aspects, have discovered certain ways to navigate on that internal journey, to become better human beings, to raise the frequency of our spiritual vibration, to find God in some measure. But it has never been until now that we have had the true compass, the true North Star in its entirety, which is our beloved true parents. And it is our true parents that are that shining star, that guiding star that is guiding us on that internal journey back home to the place that we all long to go. And you will see, if you unite with true parents, if you seek to become one with true parents as a child with a pure mind and heart, if you read the words of true parents and relate to them and pray upon them, your life will change. Your life will change. You will develop an inner compass anchored in your love for true parents that guides you in any circumstance to find your way back to true north, back home, back to the original homeland. This is the environment that we are creating together. This is the community that we are creating together. Mother calls it the Heavenly Parent Holy Community. Father said this: humankind has now entered the era of heaven's extraordinary grace. It is the era where people can regain God's nation and original homeland, realize the liberated kingdom of heaven, and enjoy eternal blessings and pleasure. We are in the new era. We are in that era. We are already in the era of heaven's extraordinary grace. Grace is the realm where all things can be embraced. We can let our hair down. All things can be forgiven. All things can be made new. in the grace of heaven. Extraordinary grace. That is the time that we are in. This is the era where we can regain God's nation, that holy nation, the kingdom of heaven. This is not some fairy tale idea in Never Never Land. This is to be experienced in our lives, in our families, in our communities, in our actual nations. We can see that the nation that we live in is not perfect. The world that we live in is not perfect. That is why it is the era that we are in to build that together with true parents as our guiding light, where we can realize the liberated kingdom of heaven. The liberated kingdom of heaven, that means heaven needs to be liberated. The kingdom of heaven needs to be liberated. Yes, it's not already constructed and secured, and no, even God's heart, even the kingdom of heaven, where we reside with God, has been suffocated, hasn't been able to exist even itself. Because it is we, human beings, children of God, who are its citizens. Without the citizens, there can be no kingdom. So from this point of view, even the kingdom has been suffocated, has been imprisoned, breathless, longing for the time when its citizens return. Well, that time is now, and we are those citizens. And in it, we will find eternal blessings and pleasure. That's right, guys. Life is not supposed to be miserable. Life is not supposed to be lonely. Our lives are not supposed to be full of depression, anxiety, and fear. Regardless of our age, regardless of where we live on this planet, internally, our experience is supposed to be an experience of being at home, of being welcomed, of being loved, embraced, forgiven, cherished. So, together, this is the community we must build. I know many of you, all of us, have been on a complicated journey. We may be carrying many things in our heart. We surely have so many questions. Most of these questions we're probably too embarrassed to ask, right? And we don't even know who to ask. But I tell you, with true parents, we can find our way back home. Together, we can build a supportive community, a forgiving community that will welcome many back home. So, brothers and sisters, enough with the struggles, enough with the confusion, enough with the worry and anxiety. Feeling lost. We have our beloved true parents, and they are lovingly guiding us back home. So, brothers and sisters, come home and let your worries be washed away. God bless you. Have a great day.